Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope all is good with you and yours. What's good, what's good, what's good? So, we've got a lot going on this week. A heck of a lot going on this week. I hope you're paying attention. So, let's look at some, we'll call them technological advancements, right? Or launches. You have Shiba Inu launching their Y Combinator. What that's supposed to do is accelerate their meme coin ecosystem. That's actually really smart because you want to know what they're leveraging to do it? Shibarium. When you look at how they grow their ecosystem, it's based on technology that they have developed. Also, I want you to pay attention to the fact that they're already working with Chainlink to integrate that into their Shibarium ecosystem or into the whole Shiba Inu ecosystem. So imagine if you're building a dApp and you've got access to Chainlink data. That's what we're talking about here. So when you look at this Y Combinator launch and you look at all these other things that are going on in Shiba Inu, you've got to say to yourself, that's a growing ecosystem. And every time they do something, it deepens the roots of whatever tech they have that's pre-existing. Why do I say that? Because it leverages the tech that they already have. That's one of the brilliant things about the Shiba Inu team. That's why I'm a part of the Shiba Inu army. I've got a nice bag of Shiba Inu and I'm not letting go. I'm gripping with two hands and smiling about it. Just saying. You don't have to do what I do. I'm just saying, do your own research, right? Know your entries and exits and absolutely invest deliberately. You have to do those three things in order. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, invest deliberately. Right? It actually, even if you make the wrong decision, it makes it easier for you to pick out where you went wrong. Was it in your research? Was it in the execution? Right? Or maybe it was supposed to do well and it just didn't. It was out of your control. But maybe your steps were correct. But it helps you hone your own process every single time. Every single time. Just saying. Now, here's something that's actually kind of crazy to me. Singapore has blocked access to Polymarket, citing their gambling laws. And I'm like, wow. Or is it because, Polymarket definitely enters in some, it's a gamification of everything. Everything is a game. If you can bet on everything, then everything is a game. And if everything's a game, do people take it seriously? See what I mean? So there's more than one reason for Singapore to actually cut off access to Polymarket. And I really do think that there is a problem when you can bet on anything. There comes a point where you've got to take things seriously. And it's already at the point where people don't take their own finances seriously. That's the whole point of Grow My Bag, to make it so that you are a little bit more serious about your finances. Last I checked, there's no Lucky Charms. There's nobody out there giving out pots of gold, real gold. You know what I mean? So we kind of all have to step up our game. And hopefully you're stepping up your game. Then we've got JPMorgan's Jamie Dimon. Bruh. Could you please sit down, take many a seat, and shut the F up about Bitcoin? I actually think, it is my humble opinion, that this guy constantly talks out of one side of his face while doing something else. Or at the very least, he's talking out of one side of his face while his company is doing something else. I don't know which is worse anymore. At what point do we actually say, Jamie, that's kind of enough? That's kind of enough, bud. Right? This one hand doing this, other hand doing that deal that you've got going on, especially when it comes to crypto, you get no respect. You get none. I've yet to talk to anybody that actually sits there and goes, oh, I respect Jamie Dimon. Oh, I love everything that he says about crypto. Respect you about other financial aspects? Absolutely. Respect what you have to say about crypto, not just because it's negative. It's not because it's negative. I can respect somebody that feels negatively about crypto. I cannot respect somebody that feels negatively about crypto while his company is doing something else. I have a problem with that. I have a massive problem with that. That kind of two-facedness, if you will. I have a massive problem with that. And that's why, I really respect Jamie Dimon's ability to actually understand financial markets and things like that. But if him talking about crypto like this, while his company is doing something else, is an opening to how he operates, yeah, that kind of dampens everything. Because if somebody says, oh, I respect you about this, but I don't respect you about that, they don't respect you. They can appreciate your knowledge about certain aspects, but because you operate in a certain way, they're kind of like, yeah, nah. And I'm at that yeah, nah stage. I've been at that yeah, nah stage with Jamie Dimon for a while. Because why? Why? Oh, you don't trust Bitcoin, but your company does blockchain. Your company is getting deeper into blockchain tech, as well as getting deeper involved with different coins that are out there. That's when we stop and go, yeah, nah, I don't know about that, buddy. I don't know about what you're talking about. It's troubling that you do that. It really is. And there comes a point where I just go, how do you want to do anything with JP Dimon? I mean, with JPMorgan. See, JP Dimon. Look at that. It's pathetic. I shouldn't say that. It's Jamie Dimon. But I do look at JPMorgan in a different light. I really do. I really, really do. And it's because of Jamie Dimon. Because you're so hyper focused on what he's saying that you're not focused enough on what they're doing. That's my problem. That's a massive problem. That's not a little thing. That's a big thing. And you've got Hyperliquid partnering with Azuki to launch anime as an airdrop. We had a discussion with the big baggers the other day. I'm not going to go deep into it, but we were all kind of like, yeah, airdrops. No, we're good off that. I've received a number of airdrops. I never look at them. You want to give me a free couple of pennies? Because that's what it is. I got a free couple of pennies over here, a couple of pennies over there, a couple of pennies over there. I could care less. It's not going to call my attention to that coin or that project. It's not. I think airdrops are a waste of time. I think people chasing airdrops are wasting their time. Focus on doing your own research, knowing your entries and exits, and investing deliberately. Focus on those things. Focus on, increasing your own knowledge. That's your first investment. Out of the three things that I just told you, and they stack, you have to do them in order. They stack. Of those three, it starts with investing in yourself, because it's all about doing your own research and gaining an understanding. That's what it's all about. So when I look at Hyperliquid's deal with Azuki and their airdrop, I'm kind of like, really? With Hyperliquid's problems, you needed some good news? Is that what happened? Is that what happened with that? Oh, that's cute. Still not touching it. Still not touching it. If I get a whiff, if I get a feeling that you're not decentralized enough, I'm not interested. If I get a whiff that you're not transparent, I'm not interested. One of the newest players on the block who's shot up like rocket fuel is Sui. Sui had a problem and they immediately owned up to it. They immediately were transparent about what they're doing to solve the problem. Then they were immediately transparent about solving that problem. And they've still been taken off ever since. It's that level of trust and transparency that I care about. You want to know why I think Solana is going to drop? I think Solana is going to drop because they are the exact opposite. They've got a network gremlin. They've yet to actually talk about it. They've yet to actually admit it. but it rears its ugly head. It reared its ugly head 5 times last year. And I make that comparison all the time because here's Sui being completely honest, going like this. And here's Solana not being honest and missing out on deal opportunities. That's right. Just look out there at the different deals. Who's doing deals? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Who's doing business with Solana? Exactly. Look at all the top coins out there. They've got deals. I mean, even Shiba Inu's got a deal with Chainlink. You know what I mean? Like, there comes a point where you've got to say to yourself, what are you doing? Be transparent. Solana can still make it big. Be transparent. On one hand, you cannot say that we can handle, 1 million transactions per second and then have a network problem saying, oh, it's due to congestion. Nah. No flipping way. No. Stop it. Just can't do that. Nobody's going to believe you. Nobody wants to believe you. Be transparent. And I think the way that you can start off being transparent, maybe change leadership. Maybe change leadership. I mean, Solana has been a little bit on the shady side all the way since FTX. Since FTX days, it's been a little on the shady side. Now, I'm not going to play. I've got a bag of Solana. I think Solana is going to go up. Everybody took a dive today, so don't look at today's numbers and sit there and go, oh, well, Solana's down. Oh, my God. No, everybody took a dive today. Everybody took a dive today because now everybody's thinking we're not going to get any rate cuts in 2025 because the economy is doing so well. And that's highly possible. Even Goldman Sachs thinks so. So you sit there and you're kind of like, oh. So don't look at the numbers today and make a decision. Go do your own research and make a decision. I did my research, and so I pay attention to what Solana's doing. Right? That's a day-to-day thing that I'm paying attention. Day-to-day. Right? The level of volatility that we're seeing now, I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. It's natural. For a hyper volatile market such as crypto, 15% sway is not a problem. Not worried about it at all. What I'm paying more attention to are the different deals that are going on, the different adoption levels that are going on, just things like that, the integration. That's what I'm paying attention to, because that tells me how deep the roots are going. I'm not worried about the height of the tree yet. I'm worrying about the length of the roots. That's the difference. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson is just rambling on about, integrating RLUSD with Cardano. And some people are saying, and he's even hinted that he's already working on it. Huh? Yeah. That would not be a small thing. That would be huge. RLUSD is making the splash that PayPal USD or, PayPal's stablecoin wish it could have made. Could have. They just half did everything. That's their problem. But that's actually good news for Cardano and Ripple. That's smoking, right? That's smoking. Then he had $311 million in liquidation in 24 hours. Like I said, volatility is to be expected. But if you've got dry powder, this might be a good point to get in. It might be a good point to get in. I'm just saying, it's looking good. BingX announces the launch of the Solve token from Solve Protocol, along with staking of that token. So they've got a lot of things going on with that. My question is, what does Solve Protocol have to do to make that happen? There are a couple of exclusives on the BingX platform. Again, I'm still wondering, what does Solve Protocol have to do to make all of that happen? Just saying. Did they have to kick up coin for the staking pool, for a giveaway, whatever? Just what was the deal? How was that deal come to? Right? But they're trying to make moves. I have to give it to them. They're trying to make moves. Do I have a slot for Solve? No. But I can recognize the game. They're trying to make moves. And you got to do what you got to do to make moves. So I'm watching. I'll say that I'm watching. Sentiment, they're a crypto analytics firm, suggests that excessive bearish sentiment may actually pave the way for a market rally. It's like you're overly bearish, and because you're overly bearish, brings everything down, and all of a sudden, oh, that's down. That's looking good right now. So people start buying in. And I'm going to tell you now, today's the 13th. We're 7 days away from the inauguration. I'm just saying the timing is going to be right. I'm expecting major upward momentum for the next 2 weeks. That's what I'm expecting. So am I taking some dry powder and getting in right now? Yeah. Did I already DCA, dollar cost averaging? Did I already do that? Yep. Why? Because I think the market's going to go up. I have a few things. So I've earmarked a few things that I have to accomplish this year, right? That obviously take money. So I'm kind of like, oh, well, if I put this in, I can get that. Cha-ching. Okay, cool. By the time I'm ready to do that, hopefully the market's up. I'll be able to take out some money and go take care of it. Goals. My goal isn't, oh, I want to be filthy rich. That's not a goal. I want to replace my heating system in my house. I want new windows. I need a new car. My kid's going to graduate from college, and I want to set them up with, a nice little apartment someplace. Oh, there are little things that you want to do that are actually goals. Set your goals and see if you can achieve them. I'm telling you, it works. It works in a major fashion. Then we've got economic data coming out this week that can actually impact the market. Again, right now the market is thinking, yeah, we're probably not going to get any rate cuts this year. That jobs data, blew people away. Right? This week, what are we going to get? We're going to get PPI, Producer Price Index. We're going to get CPI, Consumer Price Index. We're going to get jobless claims. Okay? We're also going to wind up getting other economic data. We're also going to have a lot of quarterly reports this week. And we'll get into that in a moment. You know why? Because that's right. We should get into the numbers. Hold on one sec. Let's get on over there. Let me get my notes out of the way. All right. So who do we have coming up this week that's actually going to play big? JPMorgan, United Healthcare Corporation, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Citigroup. See where I'm going with this? Do you see where I'm going with PNC Financial Services Group, U.S. Bancorp, Truist Financial? You have a lot of financial institutions reporting this week. A lot. So that's going to be a major driver this week. You have other companies obviously reporting this week. I mean, look at the long list. But you've got a lot of banking, a lot of banks, a lot of financial institutions reporting this week, and that's going to be a very big deal. A very big deal. I'm paying big attention to it. So again, this week we've got monthly U.S. federal budget. We've got, the core PPI on Tuesday, Consumer Price Index, obviously Tuesday. Wednesday, we've got CPI year over year. So that's good stuff. You have initial jobless claims on Thursday, U.S. retail sales on Thursday, the import price index on Thursday. You've got big numbers. Home builders confidence index, right? These are big things that are coming out this week. Housing starts, building permits on Friday. All of that economic data is going to be huge, huger than huge. Fear and greed index is at 60. It was at 62 yesterday. The day before that it was at 60. So 61. Okay, fine. We're still in greed. Dropped a lot, right? Dropped a lot, right? You could see it right there at 83 before. Not worried about it. To me, this just tells me it's an opportunity to buy. For me, it's an opportunity to buy. Total TVL, we're still at $125.45 billion in total value locked. You can see that we've also got the Bitcoin or the Bitcoin, I'm an idiot. You've got Bitcoin. Take a look at that dive. Look at the dive that it took right there. That one hit was about $90,000. That big drop right here, right? $90,000. That's what it went down to. Let's bring that over. Let's zoom in a little bit. On halfway decent volume. And you see that handle, like I said, it was about at right there. It's about 90,750. So we're dipping below the 93,434. We're coming out of that band, and my band comes from, like I said, 93,434 to 99,655. That's the band that we've been consolidated at for a while. But you could tell that we were gonna go below for a little bit. We could go a little bit lower, but eventually we're gonna get back to that band, consolidate, and then I think that's when we shoot up. I think that's what winds up happening. Something else I want to show you is that, remember when I drew this line a few days ago? I drew that line because I wanted to connect this one, this one, this one, and this one. Really, it was just the last three. But then I started looking back and I said, oh, wow, we actually established it way back here. Way back here is when we started looking at things like that. It's like, oh, okay. All right. Because right there, that's when the 20-day moving average hit it. Not the numbers we went above to right there, but the 20-day moving average went right there. And then look at that. Bam, 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 bam. Just rifled it off. And I'm like, oh, okay. So right here, right at about 102,724, that's right there is about where we can start talking about. If we break through that, we'll wind up seeing a breakthrough to like 108, maybe 110. 108, 268 is the current all-time high. Just saying. Just saying. On looking at it from the big board perspective, look at this. Look at the deep red. Look at the deep red. So many things sitting here telling me, oh my God, I need to buy something. I need to buy something. I need to buy something. Which one am I going to buy? This is why we use the GMB crypto tracker. Because looking at ETH at 3,000, that's a definite buy. Looking at BTC at 91, definite buy. XRP at 235, definitely buy. I can't read what BCH is, but I love BCH. I would buy. BNB, definitely would buy. It's at 662. I would buy, and it's going to go over 700 for sure, like way. Solana at 175, I would still buy. Right? Cardano, still buy because it's going to shoot over $1. I would definitely buy that. But the way I'm looking, it gives me a great big picture view. But now I want to know, why am I buying? You know, and then I want to get into the numbers. Like over here, I kind of want to see, what am I buying? Why am I buying it? Right? XRP still doing well year to date. You're still up 13%. If you'd have bought XRP on January 1st of this year, you're still up 13%. How's that for nuts? How's that for nuts? You can say the same thing for Stellar. Actually, Stellar is up almost 19.5%. Tell me that's not crazy. BGB is up 6%. While everybody else is down, up, except for XDC, they're up 33.22%. It's a crazy number. But year to date, I start looking at that year to date because it's only the 13th. So yeah, I'm looking at those numbers and I just keep scrolling down the list to see who else is doing well. Right? But then I still look at, here's the GMB crypto tracker. Oh, you guys haven't seen this before. This is the new GMB crypto tracker. So right now we're looking at the top 250. What do you get? You get the GMB X factor. So we know what's going on here, right? You can sort by the GMB X factor, right? So you can look at who's doing what, where, when, why, how. It helps give me another shot of what's going on, right? So we still have to put on, sorting for other, for other columns, right? Makes sense. Sort by market cap, all that good stuff. But you don't have to sort by market cap because you already have the rank, right? That's really what you're looking for. So you can see how everything is actually moving. But this gives me that additional piece of data that helps me make a decision. That really helps me make a decision. Something else that we're working on, the crypto dossier. A crypto dossier. So this is going to be a standalone product on Grow My Bag. It's the online version of the GMB crypto tracker. The online version, you have to be a member of the website to actually get your hands on it. And obviously you have to pay for this service. But there's a lot more coming. You will start with the losers. And we track back from the users based on rank, not based on change. That's one of the reasons why we want to be able to sort by change. But you can see who's hurting. All of these guys are hurting. Who's in this list that I'm paying attention to? SNEC, not down a lot. 13.97%. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it so much. They've got a GMBX factor of 0.59. I think SNEC is going to do just fine. Let's see, who else am I paying attention to? JITO is down 12.57%. GMBX factor of 1.61. Fartcoin is down 13.82% with a GMBX factor of 1.30. Aerodrome Finance, interesting, down 13.3% with a GMBX factor of 1.46. Right? And I am paying attention to certain things. I used to pay attention to Gala. I haven't in a long time. Right? I would not touch Gala. In the gaming space, I would not touch Gala. Pengu is down 12.33% with a GMBX factor of 1.42. Could it come back? Possibly. Virtuals is down 18.54%. Wow. A GMBX factor of 1.20. Do I think it can come back? Yes. Virtuals Protocol is doing some work. It's actually doing some work. And I do have a bag of virtuals. Athena is down 14.69% with a GMBX factor of 0.94. Yes, I think it can come back for sure. There aren't going to be that many winners, right? You can see right here, there are not that many winners. I want to take a look at this by rank though, right? To see who's doing anything for me. Yeah, because you know my 5% rule. The only one that's doing well, insurance. Know nothing about this protocol. It's hitting new highs. It's got a GMBX factor of 0.02. I know nothing about it. I would have to go do some research. But you can tell there aren't not that many actually doing well right now. Remember, I have that 5% rule. I'm not paying attention to you if you're moving in either direction 5% or less. Because to me, that's a sideways. That's a lateral movement. But beyond that, I'll pay attention. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, smash the likes. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And absolutely go to GrowMyBag.tv/sign-up and sign up to become a big bagger. We just had our big bagger meeting. It was the biggest ever this past Sunday, yesterday. It was our biggest ever. We normally have it set for an hour. We were on there for over 2 hours going through all kinds of things like the big bagger crypto index. Right now, there are 14 coins on the index. We expect to get to like 20 or 25 before we cut it off. And these are coins that we're actually researching to put on the list. So yeah, we're only sharing it with big baggers. We're only sharing that index list with the big baggers, and big baggers will be able to see how the index is going, how the index is doing. There are a lot more tools that are coming for big baggers. There's tokenomics analysis. There's TA analysis tools. There's a whole bunch coming on the new website that you're looking at right here. This is what we're looking at right now. But in a little while, it's going to get better. Trust me, it's going to get better. We got more coming. Everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.